Hello everyone. Um, so in last video we were discussing about Kate Millet. Kate Millet was committed to many mental health institutions by her family. Okay, because of her mental state and everything, and hence there developed a anti-psychiatric movement on various occasions, and she became an activist in the anti-psychiatrist movement. So this experience of her in mental health institutions led her to develop a anti-psychiatrist movement. Now then she recorded her experiences in the book The Looney Bin Trip. Okay, the book is known as Looney Bin Trip, 1990 work. Now the Politics of Cruelty is 1994. I remind you guys that please note the years. So first work is The Looney Bin Trip, that is based on her experience in mental asylums, and she was anti-psychiatrist movement person who believed in anti-psychiatrist movement. Then The Looney Bin Trip, 1990. Then 1994, The Politics of Cruelty, in which she railed against the use of torture. The use of torture was was recorded in the work The Politics of Cruelty. You can imagine what the works contain by their name. Okay, Politics of Cruelty. Cruelty comes in the name of the work. So what does that work generally consist of? About torture. Okay, the torture she has undergone. Then Looney Bin Trip is the mental asylum experiences. Next, the Mother Millet. It consists of the word mother. So what will be the work consisting of? Inside it is about her relationship with her mother. Okay, it is 2001 work. Coming to the 2000 millennium year, first work was Mother Millet. Okay, first come Looney Bin Trip, then the Politics of Cruelty, then comes Mother Millet. First Looney Bin, then Cruelty, then Mother Millet. Then comes the famous work Sexual Politics, that is 1970 work. It's an analysis of patriarchal power. I guess everyone knows this work. It's analysis of patriarchal power. It's 1970 work. Okay, that means it comes between Politics of Cruelty and Mother Millet. So between the Cruelty and Mother work comes Sexual Politics. Okay. Now, Millett developed the notion that men have institutionalized power over women. Men have institutionalized the power over women, and that this power of society constructed as opposed to biological or innate power. So this is a socially constructed power that man exercise over women. And these are the power is exercised through what? Institutions. Okay, this theory was foundational for a new approach to the feminist thinking. This became known as radical feminism. So what is radical feminism, guys? It is a movement, it is an approach where the feminists had believed that the male dominance exercised over women is institutionalized power. Institutionalized power. Okay. Next one is, I will change the slide 1 second. Next is Sexual Politics. Next points are related to the work Sexual Politics. Sexual Politics was published at the time of Emerging Women's Liberation Movement. Emerging Women's Liberation Movement was the time when Sexual Politics book was published, and emerging politics that began to define male dominance as a political and institutionalized form of oppression. So male dominance was considered by radical feminism and by this work, Sexual Politics, as an institutionalized form of oppression. Institutionalized form of oppression. This mental asylum is an institution, like we say, no, marriage is an institution, school, everything, these kinds of things comes under institutionalized power exertion. Okay. Now, Millett's work articulated this theory to the wider world and in particular to the intellectual liberal establishment, thereby launching radical feminism. I told, no, institutionalized power exercising is known as radical feminism as a significant new political theory and movement. It was radical feminism was a new political theory and movement. Now, in her book, Millett explained women's complicity in male domination by analyzing the way in which females are socialized into accepting patriarchal values and norms, which challenged the notion that female subservience is something natural. Okay. In her book, Kate Millet says that women has experienced this male domination throughout their life, right? And this is kind of shown in many works at that time in the past as something that comes natural, and she is against this thought, against this notion, which thought that it comes natural to women, that women are subservient to men. She attacks this thought in the work Sexual Politics. Now, sex is deep at the heart of our troubles, wrote Millett. So, which theorist told sex is deep at the heart of our troubles? Kate Millet told this line. Okay, one second. Sex is deep in the heart of our troubles. Now, unless we eliminate the most pernicious of our systems of oppression, unless we go to a very center of sexual politics and its sick delirium of power and violence, all our efforts at liberation will only land us in the same primordial stews. So she says that we should attack the center of the thought process, center of the belief that females are subservient to male as a natural phenomenon. She says we should attack into the center. Unless and until we do that, we will again, all our efforts will come back like a cycle, circle to the same point where we have begun. I guess you've got my point, that the feminists should attack at the center, should move to the center of the belief that women are subservient to men as a natural phenomenon, that this should be attacked at the center itself, to its central point itself. Unless and until we do that, it will again, after attacking and everything, again it will will come to life again, unless and until we attack it at the center point itself. Sexual politics includes Sexual politics includes sex scenes by 3 leading female writers. Okay, this book consists of notions about the male writers, 3 leading male writers. Who are they? Henry Miller. This is a very important point. Okay, that's why I've underlined Henry Miller, Norman Mailer, D.H. Lawrence. Okay, these are the writers: Henry Miller, Norman Mailer, D.H. Lawrence. Millett analyzed the subjugation of women in each. In these writers, we can see the point of view of subjugation of women, and this is attacked in the work of Kate Millett's Sexual Politics. These writers were key figures in the progressive literary scene, and who were those writers? Henry Miller, Norman Mailer, D.H. Lawrence. Millett analyzed the subjugation of women in each. These writers were key figures in the progressive literary scene. Each had a huge influence on the counterculture politics of the time. and embedded the notion that female sexual subjugation and male dominance was somehow sexy. So this is part of counterculture politics, okay. And this had a term used as sexy because it is shown as if female sexual subjugation and male dominance was shown in the term sexy. Anyway, next we will talk about Anderson's work, okay, Imagine Communities, in the next video. Thank you for your patient listening.